Hey guys, we're back again this morning with another Breakfast with a Banner. Guess we can call this Brunch with a Banner this morning because it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, because it's 11 o'clock, so getting close to lunchtime.
Yeah.
And as you can see, got another special guest with us this morning. Got Brother Chris from First Baptist Church here in Princeton. He is the worship pastor there. And I know First Baptist has got a lot of good stuff coming up. And I know Easter be here before you know it. And so, Chris, why don't you tell everybody, introduce yourself to everybody who may not know you, and just tell us what's going on.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Glad to be here with you guys. So my name's Chris Wright. I'm the worship pastor at First Baptist here in Princeton. Been here for a little over a year now, and really excited about all the things that God is doing in and through our church. And we're excited about a lot of events that we've got coming up that we're hoping to get just a ton of people involved in. So I guess really the first thing that we have is Easter.
Yeah,
that's
it's
right
approaching
around the corner.
fast. Yes.
Yeah. What, 3 weeks now, I think?
Yeah.
So, and with Easter, we've already published a few things on social media, and you'll see a lot more if you want to check out our Facebook page. I don't know if I can plug that or not.
You most certainly can.
It's FBC Princeton. So you can go check that out on Facebook again. And that's the best way to probably find all of the details about all the things that we're talking about this morning.
Yeah, great.
So with Easter weekend, we're going to have a whole lot going on. Good Friday, we've got a Good Friday service that evening. That's Friday the 15th, I believe.
Yeah.
At 6 o'clock that night. It's going to be a great time of worship and fellowship and just remembering the sacrifice of our Christ. And then Saturday, we definitely want to invite everyone to our Easter egg hunt. So this year we're going to do a community-wide Easter egg hunt, and this thing is going to be huge.
Awesome.
We're planning on having it at the Youth Incorporated Fields over by Food Giant.
Oh, great.
So out at the American Legion Fields there.
Great.
We've got over 10,000 Easter eggs. I mean, it's going to be
Are they all
it's going to be
filled?
awesome. Not yet. We're working on that.
Right.
We're getting there. But we're going to have everything set up to where kids ages 2, and we say 2, but really just walking.
Yeah.
So kids that are walking age up through 5th grade are all invited. We're going to be sending some flyers out and things like that, so everybody's going to have the information. But we want to invite anybody that wants to come.
Great.
They're welcome to. They can come take part. We're going to have prizes for all the age groups, so kids will be grouped together kind of according to similar ages or whatever.
Yeah.
And each of those groups is going to have their own separated area to hunt.
Great.
So that way you don't have a 5th grader running over a 2-year-old, So, and each of those ages will have several prizes for each age group. So your kid's going to come home with a ton of candy. Parents, don't take that too hard. We do still want you to come, but your kid's going to get a lot of prizes, a lot of candy.
What? Easter? What?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's for, right?
Candy. All right. Gotta have the chocolate.
So, it's twice a year, Easter and Halloween. So, but it's going to be a great time, a good time of fellowship, a good time for us to just love on our community and kind of hang out with them, and for some folks to get to know First Baptist that maybe haven't before. And then, of course, Easter morning, we're planning just a great Resurrection Sunday service. 10:45 is our worship time, and we'd love to invite everybody to that as well.
And like you said, the Easter egg hunt is open to all. It's not just First Baptist. It's open.
Which everybody in the Princeton area.
Which is great. Of course, with everything that's transpired this past since December.
Yeah.
I know this is going to be great. And great pick me up for the kids.
Yeah, and we really thought just. Our community has been through a lot, and we've tried to love and support folks as best we can, and we thought that, this might be just a good way to just kind of have some fun. So to do something that is a little bit lighthearted and just give kids a chance to come out and have a good time.
Oh, definitely.
And so we're excited about it, looking forward to it, and definitely want to make sure that people are aware and can come join us that Saturday. I didn't mention it's going to be at 11 o'clock. That Saturday morning, so April 16th.
At the American Legion.
At the American Legion Fields.
Youth Incorporated Fields. Everyone knows where that's at. And, of course, there's going to be plenty of hiding places for the Easter Bunny to hide those eggs there.
Oh, yeah. We've got plenty of space. Youth Incorporated has been awesome to work with. They've been so gracious to let us use their facilities and kind of give us the run of the place.
Yeah,
so we're
awesome.
really really excited about that and thankful for them.
Yeah.
So everybody, of course, can just park there at Food Giant and kind of walk in.
Awesome.
And once you get there, we'll have everything clearly marked and directions where to go and all that kind of stuff.
Great,
so it'll be a great time.
Great. I know Easter's. Of course, some of my fondest memories are from Easter and Easter egg hunts. And of course, at the church. And of course, I don't think back then when we had Easter egg hunts, ours were always the dyed, colored eggs.
Yep.
We didn't have the hollow eggs back then.
But the problem with those is if you don't find them all, that's not a good time about a week later.
Oh, so. It's not. So those are some good times, though.
Yeah.
And I know some great memories for the kids to make. And
absolutely.
Especially here coming. Hopefully, it'll be a pretty day for us.
Yeah, as far. We're hoping and praying for good weather. That's for sure.
Yeah, maybe have some warm weather too.
Yes, that would be nice.
Yesterday was kind of cold and chilly. So.
Today's not exactly warm.
It's not. I bundled up. Bundled up, but
a little better.
Had
than
some
yesterday.
layers on this morning.
Yeah, I hear you.
It was cold.
Yes,
but no. So what else you got going on at First Baptist? I know you're the worship pastor there, and I know anybody that tunes in and sometimes they watch their service on Facebook or whatnot. Are familiar with First Baptist and what's going on. And I know sometimes when I tune in, I'll be scrolling through Facebook on a Sunday and I'll come across First Baptist in the service that they've posted. And I know you've got a big, I guess you want to call it a worship band.
Yeah.
That I know one of our very own, Amber Grandstaff here, her husband, is part of that band.
Yeah, LJ's a great guy and a talented player.
Oh,
for sure.
He is. I know the
big part of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know. So you got a lot.
Yeah, we've got a lot. We've got a lot going on. So if I can, I'll just kind of talk through our weekly schedule.
You go ahead. Go right ahead. Yes, sir.
Give people a little bit of info about kind of what we do and who we are.
Yes, go ahead.
So every Sunday at 9:30, we have Bible study, Sunday school classes. And we've got classes for all ages. Everybody has a place to plug in. We've got some men-specific classes. We have some women-specific classes. There's some co-ed classes for young adults, senior adults. We've got, of course, kids classes, youth, all that kind of stuff going on. And it's really just a great time to dig into the Word. And we've got some really, really great teachers, exceptional Bible teachers. So we're proud of that and excited about that.
Yeah.
And then 10:45 is our worship hour. And typically, we do mostly, kind of modern stuff with a little bit of a blend. We'll throw some hymns in and things like that. Yeah. But we've got a great band. I'm blessed and I'm thankful that I work with just a great team.
Yeah.
And so it's exciting. It's good stuff, and man, we love it. So Sunday mornings is our worship time at 10:45, and then Sunday evenings. We have our children's choirs that meet. So Little Lights is the younger ones. They're the littles. Okay. It's 3 and 4 year olds. And then we've got Kid Praise that meets right after them. So Little Lights is at 5:15.
Okay.
And then Kid Praise starts at 6. And Kid Praise is for 5-year-olds up through 5th grade.
Okay.
And so we've got just a great team of volunteers that are leading that. Casey Miranda and Crystal Weatherly and some other ladies that help them, and man, they just do a great job.
Yeah.
So our kids love it, and I tell people all the time, my favorite part about that ministry is that they're not just singing songs, but they're learning.
Yeah.
And so my son is in Little Lights. He's 3, and Thomas can come home every week and he can tell me exactly what they learned in Little Lights, and they're learning Bible stories, and they're learning truths about God and who He is and His Word and things like that. So it's a great ministry.
Those are I grew up at Northside Baptist Church, and those are some of my fondest memories is children's choir.
Yeah,
and of course they had handbells back then too. But children's choir was some of the fondest memories that I had. And of course we would have little plays and stuff at night, and I can remember those to a T. Sitting here at 45 years old, I can still remember getting up in front of the church and doing those, and which is just it's awesome. And I think you remember more as a child, and especially and especially during the times that we live in now, kids need this, and they need this attention more than ever. But it's some of the fondest memories, and it seems like as a kid you do pick these things up.
And man, kids are just like a sponge.
They
just soak it in.
They are.
And so, and our kids do. They do learn songs. They learn music. They help us lead worship several times. I don't know if you've caught any of our live streams, but several times in the past few months we've had our kids choirs leading. Actually, they're going to be leading on Palm Sunday, so April the 10th. Our Kid Praise and the Little Lights are leading the entire morning service.
Really?
So they're leading our congregational worship. They've got some lines and things written out and reading some scripture and stuff.
That's awesome.
So that's going to be a great morning as well.
That's awesome.
I want to make sure everybody knows about that.
Yeah.
And then Memorial Day weekend, which we're a ways out, but we're still kind of starting to spread the word a little bit. We're going to have a big Memorial Day celebration that Sunday night at 5. And our kids are leading that. It'll be a patriotic celebration. We're going to be honoring veterans and all that kind of good stuff. Have a meal, fellowship time. Our kitchen crew is going to be cooking for us. They do a great job.
And of course, over at the Family Life Center.
Yes,
I mean, it's
over in our CLC.
It's a great.
Yeah.
If you've never had a chance to visit over there, it's an awesome building.
Yeah, we're blessed with a great facility there for sure. So we're looking forward to that. Going to have a good time. Good time celebrating our freedom that we're blessed with here in America, as well as honoring those who have served and are currently serving in our military. And our kids choirs are going to be helping to lead that as well.
Right.
So
that's awesome.
that'll be a great time. And Sundays at 6, we've advertised this some, but we do. It's called Run for God or Walk for God, whichever one you'd rather do. And we start at 6. Fred Williams leads us in a devotion time for 15-20 minutes, something like that, and then everybody just kind of takes off and walks or runs at their own pace.
Really?
So it's a great time of exercise and fellowship, and then we culminate every spring with a 5K. So a lot of our folks are following like the Couch to 5K app. I don't know if you've worked through that at all. But it's a great program, but it's a great way. Everybody kind of starts the new year off with those resolutions of I'm going to exercise, I'm going to lose weight, and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of try to tie into that and give folks an opportunity to get together and fellowship, but also practice some healthy habits and get a little exercise through the week. So we do that at 6 o'clock. And then that about wraps up our Sundays. It's a busy day.
It is a busy day.
We stay busy. And then, of course, Wednesday nights we have our age-graded ministry. So children's ministry, we call it Kid Stuff. It's for kids 5 to 5th grade. And so they get together and they learn Bible studies and they play games. When the weather's nice, they'll take them outside, let them play, or they'll take them over to our CLC and they'll play over there. They have a great time. And so we've got some great teachers with that, some great leaders that are really pouring into our kids and investing in them. So
that's awesome.
Then of course we have our youth group that meets, and again, great group of volunteers that are leading that for us. They meet at 5:30. And our kids meet at 6, and then we also have an adult Bible study in our chapel. So not in the sanctuary, but in the chapel. And if you drive past the Main Street side of the building, you'll see the sign out that says chapel on the edge of the building there. And so we have an adult Bible study that Pastor Rick leads every Wednesday night at 6. They're actually just starting a new series that they started this past Wednesday night, going through the book of Hebrews. And so it's going to be a good time, good chance to dig into the Word. And it's a little bit more of a in-depth Bible study. He really kind of teaches through some great things there and kind of dives in a little deeper than he can in an average sermon.
Well,
so
that's awesome.
It's a good time.
Yeah, it is. And I know church, we've been through some times, since COVID. Are you seeing a lot of people come back and congregate like they were before?
I think churches across America are all kind of seeing the same thing. There are a few exceptions, but I've not run into many people that can say, we've hit our pre-COVID attendance mark. But we've seen a lot of people come back for sure. So we've been and seeing a lot of new faces as well. Seeing some people come in that we don't recognize, and maybe it's their first time there or their first time back in a while, or what have you. So we've in my experience here, like I said, I've been here a little over a year now. I don't think COVID has made too much of a lasting impact on people gathering.
And I think that's the way. I think with here in Princeton, especially, of course, we're a small community.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what kind of. Do you come from a bigger?
Yeah. Well, we moved here from Lexington.
So you do come from.
Yeah. The church that we were serving at was in Lexington, and it was very different. The COVID experiences there versus here were. It was different. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
So. But here in Princeton, Caldwell area, I don't think that it's made too much of a lasting impact on people getting together. There's still a few that are concerned, and most of the ones that I've come into contact with that are concerned about coming back have genuine reason to. And of course we never want to push anyone to do anything that they're not comfortable with or whatever. So we. Certainly understand that, but for the most part, I think people are kind of getting back to normal a little bit.
That's good.
So.
That's good to see, because I know from the churches, of course, we'll go from different church right now, filling in preaching.
Sure.
And, you're starting to see more people come in and get back. Normal.
Yeah.
If there is a normal again,
some semblance of normal at least.
Yeah. What people recognize. Which is good. It's good to see, and to people to get back around people. And
absolutely.
I think that's just one of the healthiest environments you can have, is being around people. And
man, I tell you, I missed it when we were out. I missed being around people, but I missed being in church.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with some friends of mine at the time. We were living and serving in Lexington area, and there everything was shut down.
Yeah.
And it almost got to a point that, like, quote, online church became the substitute that people were comfortable with. And I remember having a conversation with our pastor and saying, man, if your heart doesn't long to be with other Christians and really have a desire to be back together, if you're comfortable with online church, you need to check yourself. That to me, I think biblically and scripturally, we're called to gather. We're called to worship in fellowship together, in agreement together, and so I think that's a big part of who we are as believers. I think God has wired us for community, and really at First Baptist, that's something that we really strive towards and for. We want to make sure that everyone has a place to plug in, a place to belong, and a place that they can connect with other people that are kind of in a similar walk of life with them. And so, with that, we've got several discipleship opportunities kind of outside our normal, I guess you could say, service times. We've got several women's Bible studies that meet. There's one that meets on Sunday afternoons at 4:30. There's one on Tuesday mornings at 9. And then there's one on Wednesday nights at 6, and then we've got a men's Bible study that meets Friday mornings at 6 a.m.
Okay.
And then we've just this past year we launched a new ministry that we're calling Connect Groups. My wife and I are actually involved in one, and man, it's been fantastic. It's a great community. We meet outside of normal church times in people's homes. Just kind of get together, have a meal, fellowship, and then launch into a Bible study.
And there's nothing like being around like mind, and like spirits when it comes to worship. And don't get me wrong, the online worship is good in its own sense, but it's not a substitute.
Yeah, it has its place.
It has its
no
place,
no doubt. And I think it allowed us through the course of COVID. It allowed us to do some things that otherwise we could not have done.
Right.
And even beyond that, I remember when COVID first hit in 2020. Man, my Facebook feed every week was flooded with churches that were live streaming. A lot of them for the first time. And I remember specifically telling my wife that even in the midst of all the mess that was happening, the gospel was going forward in ways that it never had before.
And reaching possibly more.
Reaching further than it ever had. People, and we had people tuning into our live stream literally from around the globe. I mean, it was just wild. And so, seeing things like that, we recognized that, like, okay, yeah, Facebook and streaming and online church and things like that, yeah, they have their place, absolutely, their place, right. And they're a great tool.
Exactly.
But we always want to encourage people, don't stay at a live stream. Right. We can meet you there.
Yeah.
But it's with the knowledge that, hey, at some point,
you
got to come join a body of believers that is close to you, that you can connect with.
You're exactly right, because there's nothing like being around that environment that you're in, because I think there's a difference. It's not saying that you can't feel the presence of the Lord at home, because you can.
Right, absolutely.
But when you're around believers, and that person feels the Spirit, this person feels the Spirit, it fills the room, and it's an experience like no other experience that you can have when you're around like-minded people in the body of Christ, because that's what we are.
Absolutely.
The church is not the building. I've always said that it's the people, and when you're around the people, it just makes it all the more better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's a great time. I mean, we're living in a great time. I think
we are.
I think we're seeing a lot of people being woke up. And living in just in a great time to be alive right now.
Yeah.
And I've said this many, many times. There's a reason for everything that happens.
Yes.
And I think we were all created right now for this time that we're living in.
Yeah.
And it's great to have believers come in our office. Of course, like we always say here. Of course, we're very proud about it that we're a Christian newspaper, and this is we like to reach people this way, and have. Not only worship pastors come in, we have pastors come in,
absolutely,
and, that we're able to reach with the gospel, with what we're doing here as a newspaper.
Yeah, I mean, we're thankful for you guys, and for the ministry that you have, and the reach that you all have, and for your willingness to just do things like this, where we can come in and share what's on our hearts and some things that are happening. In our churches and all that kind of stuff. So definitely grateful for you guys and for what you do.
We appreciate that. And that's what we're called to do. We're all called to serve.
Absolutely.
Wherever it is.
100%.
We're called to serve.
Yeah.
Brother Chris, I want to thank you for coming in this
Man, it's
morning.
good to have you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And guys, keep that in mind. The 15th of April.
15th is Good Friday. Service at 6 p.m. 16th is that Saturday. That's our egg hunt at 11 at the American Legion Fields. And then, of course, Resurrection Sunday, we'll have a great time.
I know everybody's looking forward to that. This will be my first actual Easter to preach.
Oh yeah,
an Easter Sunday service. So I'm excited. I'll be at Mount Pisgah.
Awesome.
The whole month of April, I'll be at Mount Pisgah.
Good deal.
Filling in and preaching. Will be my first Easter Sunday service to preach. So I'm excited about it.
Good deal, man.
But we want to thank you for coming in. And for anyone who's not aware of First Baptist and where they're located, I know most people in Princeton are aware of where First Baptist is located at. But downtown Princeton, can't miss it.
No, really. Not really.
You go around the Napa corner, what we call here in Princeton, and it's going to be right there on the left.
300 West Main Street.
300 West Main Street. And, of course, Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook. You can go to FBC Princeton on Facebook, and that should pull up our Facebook page. FBCPrinceton.com is our website. Facebook is the best way to stay up to date with what we got going on. Of course, the better way is to come visit us, come join us. We, of course, make announcements and all that kind of stuff and keep everybody in the loop. That's part of the First Family, as we like to call them.
Great.
We try to keep everybody updated on social media as well, especially about like Easter and our big events and things like that. We'll be posting a lot about that in the coming days.
Well, great. So, Chris, thank you again for coming in.
Well, man, thanks for having me.
We appreciate everything that First Baptist does. This community Easter egg hunt is going to be great. Great for our kids, great for our community, and for anybody who's like to visit First Baptist. Go try them out.
Yeah.
If you don't have a church home,
we'd love to have you.
Go try them out and check them out on Facebook and online and all the good stuff they've got going on. But we again want to thank you. Probably third time I thanked you, but thank you for coming in.
Glad to do it.
Brunch with the banner.
There you go.
I'm going to say today, maybe we've got a new thing going on. But guys, again, thank you for joining us today. And weekend is upon us. Saturday and Sunday, hopefully, maybe we'll have some warm weather this weekend.
Oh, I hope so.
I hope so. I know yesterday was cold. Today's cold, and maybe the rain will hold off a little bit. But it is springtime, so that's a good thing about it. If we are
welcome
in spring,
to Kentucky, right?
Yes, welcome. That's exactly right. Kentucky weather. You never know what you're going to get.
No.
But guys, again, thank you for tuning in this morning. Don't forget, if you don't like us on Facebook or follow us on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube, go ahead and check us out on there too. We have all of our past videos up. Anytime you want to go watch, and what I'll do is always, anytime we have a guest on, I'll tag you and First Baptist Church in this video. Great. That way, you guys, if you'll get the notification as well, and you can go in and answer questions if anybody has any questions for you.
Yeah. Okay. Be glad to do that, and you can always send us a message on our Facebook page. We'll be glad to answer them there. And then if you're tagging us, then of course everybody can just follow that link and take you right to us.
Yes, sir. Guys, again, we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Y'all have a blessed weekend.
Be blessed.
Bye.